Hey guys, hope you're keeping well and that you're keeping safe and that you aren't going too crazy with the coronavirus lockdown. So today in the fast grammar lesson, we're going to do object pronouns. So we know subject pronouns like I, you, he, she, it. Now we're going to jump across to the other side, like me, you, him, her, it, them, us, and so on, and see why we use them and when we use them. As always, I'll keep it fast and give easy explanations, and hopefully you can retain and then use yourself. Okay, so here's to get us started. We have this, and it's object pronouns. So me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. Okay, so you have your subject pronouns like I, you, he, she, it, we, and they, but the object pronouns like I becomes me, you stays the same as you, he is him, she is her, it, we, us, and then they become them. Now, these are pronouns first and foremost, and pronouns are replacements for nouns. Nouns being a person, a place, or a thing. So, for example, John loves football. He, because John is the thing, loves football. He loves it. Football is the it. Okay, so you use the pronouns to replace the nouns, and I'll show you a little bit more about that. So we use subject pronouns when the noun is the subject of the verb, like the person who does the action. John is a doctor. He lives in London. He lives the action or performs the action of living in London. He's the subject of the verb. But we use the object pronouns when the noun is the object of the verb, like the person that receives the action. So Anna knows John. She sees him every week. Now, in that case, John receives the action, like Anna sees him. So he's the receiver of the action. And the object pronouns go after the verb. Okay, so I love you, not I, you love. All right. So to keep it easy, you have the subject pronouns go before the verb. You have the object pronouns that go after the verb, because subject pronouns are the subject of the verb and the object pronouns are the object of that verb. They receive the action. Now, object pronouns after prepositions. So we also use object pronouns after prepositions with, to, from, etc. So I'm in love with her, okay? Not I'm in love with she. So when you have with, it's the preposition, so it needs to be object pronoun when you're using a person, if you want to put it that way. Or give this money to him, not give this money to he, because after to, which is a preposition, it's going to be him. Now, it's one thing just to use this as a framework, which is pretty good, but here's a little bit more on this, just to explain a little bit. So, to recap and to give more info, it's pronouns take the place of nouns. So, example, Jack is a noun, and a noun is a person, a place, or a thing. So, Jack loves Rose, okay, or he loves her, okay. Rose, in this case, is a person. She's a noun too. So, he loves her. And it goes after the noun, and she receives that action, not he loves she. Object pronouns go after the verb. So she ate 2 pizzas for dinner. 2 pizzas, plural, so it's going to be them. So she ate them for dinner. Again, it's after the verb. She ate them. It was the receiver, okay, the pizzas. And then after a preposition, to, from, for, etc., you use an object pronoun, not a subject pronoun. So he bought flowers for her, not he bought flowers for she. So there's 3 things, or the 3 rules that you got to use to implement these things. So subject pronoun, the person that performed the action, or the noun that performed the action. Object pronoun goes after the verb, the receiver of the action. And then after prepositions, to, from, with, about, and so on, you use object pronouns. So let's take a little look at how we can use this. You have these exercises here. So what I want you to try and do, and this is a bit more harder than I'd normally give you. So I want you to take maybe, take 5 minutes and try and do this. So you're going to press pause when you can. But the first thing is to complete with either a subject pronoun or an object pronoun. So remember, if it goes before the verb, it's going to be subject pronoun because that's the subject of the verb, the person or the thing or whatever that performed the action. If it's after the verb, it's going to be object pronoun because it's the object of the verb and the person or the thing or the noun that received the action. So take 5 minutes and press pause and try. Okay, welcome back, guys. Let's see how you did. So I'll talk you through these as well and give you examples and so on. So Susan has a big flat. Now, likes. Susan is a woman, right? And it's before the verb. So it's going to be she likes and then a big flat. Now, that's a thing, isn't it? So it's an it, okay? Because it goes after the verb. It's the receiver of this, of the verb. So she likes it a lot. We often visit. Now, we often visit. So it's on the other side of the verb. It's after the verb. So it's going to be her because you're talking about Susan on Sundays because she invites, and then you got to talk receiver of the action. It's going to be us for lunch because you're talking about we. So there you go. Susan's a big flat. She likes it a lot. We often visit her on Sundays because she invites us for lunch. The next one. My brother has 2 dogs and then takes for a walk. So you're talking about the first one's going to be my brother. My brother is a man. It's going to be he. Okay, subject pronoun. Takes. And then 2 dogs. It's going to be them. Okay, because plural. For a walk twice a day. I don't like, talking about the dogs, I don't like them very much because now bark is a verb and it's like woof woof. So before the verb, it's going to be they because they perform the action of barking at preposition me, also the receiver of the action. So my brother has 2 dogs. He takes them for a walk twice a day. I don't like them very much because they bark at me. We often take my grandmother, and it's number 3, some magazines, but never reads. So my grandfather is he, never reads, and then magazines, plural of things, it's them. And then next sentence, something watches TV. So he watches TV all day and never turns, and you're talking about the TV in this case. So it's going to be it off. So we often take my grandfather some magazines, but he never reads them. He watches TV all day and he never turns it off. And the last one is Mark loves Ruth, but she doesn't love Mark, him. Okay, ouch, poor Mark. I feel your pain, man. He calls, actually, this is wrong. It's going to be, he calls her every day, but she doesn't want to speak to preposition. It's going to be him. Okay, so you have Mark loves Ruth, but she doesn't love him. He calls her every day. So that second her here shouldn't be there. My bad. Sorry, guys, but I love you. But she doesn't want to speak to him. Okay, she, because doesn't want is in front of the verb, before the verb. Okay, and that's all, guys. So I hope that's helped you understand a little bit more. So basically, you use an object pronoun when it's the receiver of the verb, okay, or the object of the verb. It goes after the verb and also after prepositions. And that's it. And pronouns are replacements for nouns. So I hope that's helped. Have a good day and take it easy. All the best.